Hello guys, nice to see you. This is a new episode of Headliners, and today we are talking about marketing in crypto field. I have a guest, Leeny. Leeny is from Hong Kong, and now we're talking about marketing of crypto projects. So Leeny, what do you think? What's the most crucial thing in marketing any crypto project? How to make any crypto project succeed now in 2024? What is the key idea?
Okay, thank you for having me, Nikita. This is Leeny. I was a former ex-marketing lead head of a infrastructure project backed by A16Z, and also for another quantum project, which is also based out of Hong Kong, and also an infrastructure project, as well as backed by Tim Draper, so Draper Dragon in China. So you mentioned a little bit about how marketing is rolled out. I would say for now, the most important thing is community. Community is everything you need when it comes to marketing. So all these community activities that you do, you market it out on your social media platforms. You can also market out campaigns like airdrops, but honestly speaking, airdrops campaign only allow you to attract bounty hunters, like airdrop hunters, which is not really good because you really want to give some incentive to existing, but also new holders that are coming into your project. So one of the things that I have been working on is to actually go in and maintain the community, such as we don't lose followers. We actually want to gain more followers. So for that part, I think it's very important to notice that you have to you actually have to set up a strategy, a go-to-market strategy on how you gain users. Airdrops can be one of the example, but something that actually incentivizes people to stay. And usually people would look for a project that has real use cases. So I would say when you have a project, you need real use cases. You need a product that works. You need some projects, known projects to follow your project. You also need projects that uses your technology that you can promote. So these are the major things that are very important on the marketing scope in Web3.
To make a conclusion, so it looks like you need a real usage of your technology or of your project to be succeed on this field. Can you share a real example, maybe from your practice? How does it work? Maybe with some of the, I don't know, names of the projects. Maybe some situation, maybe because it will be easy to understand the things if you are not in crypto field with a real example.
Okay, so for example, I recently, this is a secret, it hasn't been out yet, but I just recently joined a project called Partisia Blockchain, and they focus on MPC technology, which is a multi-party computation. So what we do is we handle a lot of data. So majority of the data, what we do is we are trying to solve three major problems in the blockchain industry. The first thing is privacy. Privacy is very, very important. You need to gain trust, and you need to fumble with privacy. So for example, let me give you an example. Would you actually really want to reveal, let's say you and me, Nikita, you are my boss and you pay me crypto, and you go in and you send me crypto to my wallet, and you can actually go in and check what I spend my money on. I mean, I can buy makeup, I can buy, I don't know, I'll go on a vacation to Bali for CoinFest, things like that. You can go in and see all these things. Would that be nice for me to have someone to actually go in and check the privacy settings? Like, it's my private life that I'm spending my fiat money, my crypto digital assets on, and you can go in and see this is not cool. So we're trying to solve one of these problems with which is privacy. The two other things that we're also trying to look into are interoperability and as well as scalability. So imagine for scalability, right? Okay, I don't have a driver license, but other people have driver license. When you drive on a lane, right? It's only one lane, and no matter how fast you drive, other cars are behind you, and there's only one lane. There's no other lanes. So it's only the first one, even though it drives very fast, it's not really efficient because of the fact that it's only one lane. So it's the same as in blockchain, right? You have different blocks that go at the back, go around, and no matter how long the TPS is, how fast it is, it's still only one blockchain. So what this project has been focusing on and has been building so far is that they can add in parallel four blockchains compared to what Solana, Ethereum are doing, where they only have one blockchain. So the transition is fast. Not only it is faster, it's maybe same speed, but the capacity is broader. Just like in a lane where you are driving, right? You have only one lane. But if you're adding 4 lanes next to that one lane, you have multiple cars that can drive very fast. So to make it more scalable. So this is what they have been doing. The last thing that they have been building, which I'm also super bullish about, is on the interoperability. So interoperability meaning they have been, let's take an example of an amusement park. Usually when you go to an amusement park, you need to buy those tickets. It looks like lottery tickets that you have to give to go on a roller coaster ride. Similar to blockchain industries, for example, for Solana, Polygon, you need to use their native token. You need to use Matic for Polygon. You need to use Sol for Solana, right? So for what Partisia has been doing, they have been building a bridge, such as all the networks can connect with each other. Because if you don't connect with each other, there's no opportunity to scale out. Because each blockchain, each network has its own system, correct? So it's very important that we can talk to the other blockchains. And instead of only utilizing one native token, this project, Partisia, has actually allowed that USDC, for example, BNB chain, ETH, and stuff like that, they can go in and you can use these tokens to actually go and do the swaps, for example. So there's many opportunities. So right now, I just recently started. So I'm helping them out on adopting on the ecosystem side of things. Yeah. I think over to you.
It's super interesting, but how does it help to understand the marketing? Because you just described the problems that the project solve and the way that they play to solve it. But talking about the marketing and community, how does it connect it? All of these problems and marketing and community, because you have a lot of experience in marketing field. You launched several projects backed by very famous investors. So, and I want to get deep into marketing strategies that are worked right now on the market.
Usually, most projects, they're trying to find a solution on a problem, right? So we have found 3 major directions that we're trying to, but we have more than 20, 30 use cases around this. And one of the example I can talk about when it comes to marketing is that we have been working with some government entities, for example, in Denmark, so Danish statistics and the healthcare. So it's 2 separate entities. They don't want to talk to each other because of data, violation of privacy and data. So what they're going to do is that by using NPC technology, you can actually go in, take the data from the healthcare system in Denmark, and take the data from the Danish statistics as in where they're from, how old they are, is it male or female, but not by name. So when you combine, as I explained earlier, when you combine you pull all the data together, you can have an output, and the output will be the average output. So if you're working from Denmark statistics, you will know that in Denmark, maybe, let's say, 1 out of 10 women suffer from lack of vitamin D, for example, right? So we can see, okay, it's in around this region in Denmark. It's around 15 to 45 years old women that lack of vitamin D. So you combine all the data set, but you don't say who it is specifically. So it's just an overall general overview. So by having these use cases, you need to market it. And when you market it in a marketing perspective, what we usually do is we don't market we market the product itself, but we also market the technology. But you cannot combine both things at the same time. You need to market it separately, because many people who doesn't understand tech, for example, the people in Web2 space, they have no chance to follow up on what is NPC technology, how does it work. You need to market and explain it to a 5-year-old to be able to understand how this works, right? Because if a 5-year-old does not understand it, I'm pretty sure 90% that Web2 people would not understand too if they're not in the field, if they're not technical people. And when it comes to marketing, so majority of the projects, they send out airdrops. I would say it's not really the right thing to do because you do not target the right audience. And by not targeting the right audience, you will have a various amount of people that they might be an NFT people, or it could be, I don't know, metaverse people that doesn't really focus on, for example, NPC technology. So when you market, you will likely ways to do it is likely one thing is maybe find some KOLs to help you to push the campaign to reach a broader audience. But you cannot just find one or two KOLs that may not be in that field. If it's like a generalized KOL, I do not think it's the right way to market your product or your project. You need to find someone that may be in your scope of work, like your, what do you call it? Not just the industry, but also the direction. So it could be NFT, it could be infrastructure KOLs, it could be DeFi KOLs, things like that. So that's one way to market it. The second way you can market it is through AMAs. Go up on some panels, set up AMAs, talking about, for example, the DeFi space. The third part you can do, which I think a majority of people are doing because they want to play a little safe, is to ask PR agencies and marketing agencies to help you to push your promotions or to push your marketing product. Usually, people will do that if they are trying to target, for example, countries that they are not licensed in. For example, crypto exchanges, they probably want to maybe promote in Malaysia or in Indonesia, but they don't have the license. So that's why they have to go through a third party. Whereas
what
projects,
do you mean they need to go through the third party? So they can promote their services directly, or they can...
They cannot, because they don't have the license. They're not registered in that country. So crypto exchanges, usually you need a license to be able to promote.
Okay, and how in this way marketing agencies can help if you cannot promote it directly?
You will usually find a third party that have the license in that specific country that you are looking to, and they push the campaign for you. That's usually the case.
Can you share the exact example? Like, let's say any exchange X, it doesn't matter. So they don't have a license in, I don't know, in Malaysia, but they want to target Malaysia. So what do they do?
So let's say X project wants to enter the Malaysian market because they love tropical fruits, for example, right? And their audience like to trade tropical fruits form of NFTs, but they are trying to target the people in Malaysia. But the problem is if the Malaysian government can see that a non-registered project, which is not Malaysian, but targeting the Malaysian population, usually the Malaysian government or the Malaysian, I don't know, cybersecurity people, they would go and actually look for this project and see, hey, you are operating on my ground without authority. And that could be a problem. You will maybe get a fine, or you're not allowed to practice any crypto in Malaysia. So what usually people do is they look for Malaysian entities that are established in Malaysia to help them to push promote it from there. Because when you work with an agency in Malaysia, they have maybe a Malaysian audience. They have the right audience to help you to push these campaigns.
But what do these agencies exactly promote? They promote the same exchange, or they promote some of the products? Because it looks like the issue that in some way the exchange cannot promote directly their services in the region. But agencies can do. I want to understand the way that these marketing agencies works. They promote via QLs or via any other source of traffic. How does it usually works?
So usually from an agency perspective, they work with other people. So they will work with other localized KOLs that maybe talks about crypto or Web3 or lifestyle. They will have other categories to do that. And then they will reach out. So the agency will reach out to the KOL and say, hey, I have a client here, or I have a crypto exchange here that want your help to promote. They settle a price, and usually agency will take a markup of, I don't know, 10, 20%. Usually it's like that to help the project to enter Malaysia. Usually it's like that.
That's because these marketing agencies, they have more closely connect with KOLs, or because of the legal issue, because it looks like it's a mix of the problems.
Yes, it's a mix of a problem. One thing is legal issues. Second thing is they have connections there to do the push for you. But then, of course, it will cost a little more, of course. So yeah, usually for exchanges, it's like that. It's like you cannot just promote it, because then you will be in trouble.
So the exchanges cannot promote their services directly via traditional marketing instruments like Facebook or Google, because they will be in trouble. In that way, they need local marketing agencies that work with KOLs, or they have some other source of traffic that helps them to open this country, because this is a recommendation from the persons. This is not a legal issue for the guys.
Correct. So that's a safer bet. What you do, if you're a crypto exchange, let's say you're a Russian crypto exchange, you want to tap into Malaysia, but you don't have the license in Malaysia. What you do usually is that you look for third parties, or you maybe collaborate with a Malaysian enterprise that has license in Malaysia to work together, either form a joint venture or a merge and acquisition. That's usually how it works. Because that way you can actually go in and promote your product without the legal issues.
What do you think about the latest trends in, let's say, in Telegram with the Telegram mini apps? What do you think? If I'm an exchange, if I come to a game in Telegram like Hamster Combat, and this game promote themselves, so this game started to promote in one region, and then inside this game you promote an exchange. Is this okay or not from your perspective?
I mean, if you are a project like Hamster Combat promoting on a crypto exchange, I think it's a good way to generate growth.
For an exchange, right?
To generate growth, it goes both sides. From a project perspective, you can actually go in and generate growth from your own users. What crypto exchanges are trying to do is that they're actually trying to get your followers. Why do you think that to be listed on OKX or Gate or BitGet or Bybit or something, you need such a high amount of followers? Because they want them to open a wallet or open an account in their crypto exchanges so that they can generate more growth in user acquisition. But Telegram mini apps has actually been rapidly growing over the last year, I would say. I would say that why these mini games are so popular is that one of the key growth factors is that they give us access to a large user bases, with more than 900 million active users. Telegram actually offer developers, a significant audience for their mini apps games, for example, right? It is also a possibility to do integrations with different blockchains, and as well as when you do viral sharing, community building tools that also will allow these mini apps games to achieve rapid growth of, users, right? So it's a way of these apps can actually quickly gain kind of like a traction through user recommendations and social sharing, and and they're trying to foster a community around them. That's like what I think for mini apps games. So I think mini apps games is really, really good. I like the concept of you just, keep tapping on the hamster combat. I think that it's very legit. And we hope that we can see more and more of these features on these mini games, because mini games in Asia, right? Southeast Asia, they're booming with games, play to earn, sleep to earn, walk to earn, dream to earn, eat to earn. There's all these kind of game. Tap to earn, like Flappy Bird, the Web 2 games like Flappy Bird, where you have to tap the the bird, and then it cannot, there's some obstacles it has to go through, things like that. It's pretty cool. And if you can earn incentives like what you can do on Hamster Combat, it's amazing.
What do you think? So the exchanges, they are interested in this type of traffic and this type of promotion. As we see OKX, they created OKX Racer, so the game inside the Telegram that helps them to promote the game. What do you think will be the trend? The more and more exchanges will invest in this field to buy or attract more users from the Telegram, or how it will be from the marketing side? What do you think?
I think from the marketing side, I would say these mini apps game are getting more and more traction, but I will also say meme coins are getting also a lot of traction. So not so much NFT, but meme coins in general, because it's funny. And the internet, like, they hit the sensation of that, like Trump, mother token, Igazilla. And then, for example, Hamster Combat, all the mini games are getting there. They're more traction. And if you can develop a mini game, put it on, for example, Ton Foundation or Ton blockchain, right? You can actually see a lot of traction, but you also have to be smart on which blockchain you want to put your games on. Some people will choose Avalanche. Some people will choose Ton. Some will do ETH, So it's all about coming to a technical perspective, again, a product marketing perspective. You need to find out, where's your audience? Are they on Ton? Are they on Avalanche? Or are they maybe on Solana? I see a lot of traction on meme coins on Solana, for example, versus Base. Base is also good, but I see more on Solana than Base. And then mini games, definitely on Ton because of Telegram, right? Their success with Telegram, right? And then I also think that from a sharing perspective, like, I think mini games are the future for the future. It's okay. It's going to be very hype with all the mini games. You can do the tapping, but I think later on, more and more people will maybe think more creative and think, okay, we do the tapping. What about the swiping? What about Pokemon Go? Nobody has been thinking about creating a Pokemon Go Web3 version. A lot of Asians, they, take their phone and then they just like trying to find out, where's my next Pokemon? Oh, Pikachu is right there. Okay, let's go over there and pick up Pikachu. Things like that. So there will be more. I believe that in the next 6 to 9 months, there will be more of these games coming up. Competition will also be more fierce, but you need to find a niche angle. I like Hamster Combat because it reminds me of Hamtaro, which is the cartoon net series that I used to watch when I was younger. I like that there are these kind of things, elements coming up from your childhood, because it gives you a nostalgic feeling of, oh, this is something I played with when I was a kid, and now it's Web3, the evolution from Web 2 to Web 3. So yeah, definitely.
So what do you think about the nomination of the audience? Because all these communities is Telegram becoming to booming, growing super fast. But it looks like it's all the same bounty hunters, or the people that just jump from one game to another. And at the same moment, we see the big, let's say, the growth of the number of the users in all these games and apps. And at the same time, we see that the interaction with this game, let's say the average time that the players spend in the games, these metrics going down. So let's say number of the users goes up and the engagement goes down. What do you think about this trend? Do you see any risk on it or not?
Yeah, I think that could be a little bit concerning, because I think in a healthy community, you need engagement. Even though you have a lot of, okay, let's just take this as an example, right? Some projects, they have maybe 20,000 members on Telegram, but only 10 people are online. So that's very bad organic growth. It's not really good growth. And I doubt it's good growth, right? I doubt it's organic growth when you have 20,000 members and only 10 active online. Usually the golden rule is 10% engagement rate is the best. 10%, between 5 to 10% is overall good. So if you have 1,000 users and you have 100 active, that's already pretty good. It's quite good. The same for Facebook, not Facebook, for Twitter. Overall engagement should be you take the total amount of followers you have divided by one post, where it could be maybe 200 or 2000 in engagement across likes, share, comments, right? So I think it's very important that you activate and engage your community, because otherwise, as you just mentioned, they will just play your game, get maybe 10,000 of these points, and then convert it into stablecoin, and then they leave. They don't care anymore. You need to keep them in chess. For example, when you play chess, you need to find out, where's my player's next move? You need to figure out, okay, what is the next move they have, and try to keep them so that they don't move around or they don't leave, right? They don't leave the game. And by not leaving the game, you will maybe add more challenges or more features to your game to make them to stay and to play again. It's like an addiction, Free A games is an addiction, that you play the game, not too much gas fee, maybe even gasless fees could be one thing you can look at, right? And then just keep them in the game. Don't let them move. Don't let them go to the competitors, and keep having regular, like once a week or twice a week, community activities. Like it can be campaigns, it can be crossword puzzles, it can be AMAs you hold. You can invite maybe some of the most active community members to give a podcast and say, why do they like this game so much? What could have improved? Feedbacks are very important in the community space. Get the feedback from some sincere community members. Say, hey, your product can actually improve by maybe scale up on the speed, less gas fees, more features to the game, or add an additional, if they tap into level 1, how about they move on to level 2, which is maybe medium hard level, to proceed with level 3, like you adding on features in 2 to 3 months time, things like that, just to make them stay in the game.
What is the most efficient way to promote any crypto project? Let's talk about the exchange. What do you think? What is the most efficient way to promote exchange right now?
The most efficient way to promote exchanges. Let me think about it. So usually, one way to do it is actually to go through, like PR agencies. Like people use Cointelegraph, because Cointelegraph or Being Crypto or CoinGecko are the most, maybe most people are reviewing these as the most seen and read, what do you call it? The viewer rate is good. A lot of people are following them. You want to target these kind of these Web3 media sites that are good to have. That's one way to do it. Or else a paid advertisement. So you utilize paid advertisement options on social media platform like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. So you target specific demographics interested in cryptocurrency trading, for example. Another way you can do it, where I've seen some of the crypto exchanges are doing it, is implementing Google Ads and Bing Ads campaigns to reach users actively searching for crypto exchanges. So you need to optimize the ad spend for the best ROI. And some crypto exchanges, they are also very funny. They would probably do like some kind of content marketing and SEO, such as blog posts, videos, to attract these potential users, right? To provide, value by teaching them about cryptocurrencies and exchange features. So usually when users, they look up something, they will use Google, right? Or they will use some other Google similar platforms to search on how to make money, how to be rich, or how can I get a little bit of pocket money into my wallet beside my salary. They will actually go in and look for relevant keywords. So by improving your search ranking, you can actually drive organic traffic to your exchange.
I get it. So What do you think about this media at the moment? I'm talking about media like CoinDesk, Cointelegraph, etc. Is they have enough media weight? Because who is their target audience? Because I know that a lot of people they are getting news not from these sources of news. They usually get it from Telegram, from WeChat, or from etc. What is the role of these crypto media magazines in 2024? Is it big or is this role going down? What do you think?
To be honest, I think there's just way too many. It's like crypto projects. There's like 90%. They're all crypto projects and all doing infrastructure, or they're all doing I don't know, like borrowing, lending. I don't know. There's too many. And it's only the very few OG projects that survive, right? Same for media. Only the very few survive because they already gain the audience trust. That's one thing. Trust, loyalty. They're always the first ones appearing from Twitter, appearing to write an article, publish it. To be honest, I think Twitter is already doing its own job. It's a way to do the research. It's like a combination of Messari, CoinDesk, Cointelegram. It's everything. Twitter is the tool you use, or you can use Barcaster, or you can use, I don't know, some people use Reddit, people use GitLab to look at different tech, right? But Twitter is still the main thing. But to be honest, Twitter is a very hard tool to market your project. If you are a small project and you want to do the marketing and market your product, you're going to be at the back of the line because you don't gain enough traction. You don't gain enough visibility. So sometimes I question whatever Twitter will be good for new projects to come in. I still think, yes, Twitter is one way, but why don't people look at, for example, TikTok, YouTube, or Reddit, if it's technical projects that focus a lot of tech. So basically what I was saying is that why do you compete for the same cake, the same channel, for example, Twitter, where the competition is so fierce and only the big players are competing there? Why don't you try to seek other channels that might not have so much attention? You can go to, for example, TikTok. TikTok is a big, large platform where Web 2 and Web 3 people are together. Instagram is one thing, but Instagram may not be the right. I do not think Instagram is the right place for Web3, but I would say TikTok, short content videos, because people doesn't have more than an attention span of 8 seconds. So TikTok, YouTube, two amazing platforms, a little bit expensive on the YouTube side, but TikTok it's a good tool set to use as well, that people haven't been actually leveraging on it.
Twitter. I know that you're talking about the different marketing strategies, but let's talk about the role of the Twitter. What is the most crucial for the project succeed in crypto space? What channel of communication? I know that this is a combination of all of them, but if you will have a chance to work only in one social media, where you will start?
Where I will start? I think on a Web3 space, it's still Twitter. That is the place where you can gain faster traction to introducing to other projects, but also to your own project, that you can show a little bit of visibility. But your visibility is not very, very important if no well-known projects are backing you up. So if you have well-known project backing your project up, you can actually become very successful very, very quick. But when it comes to, so I would say Twitter is a very good main thing to have, but I think there's a lot of metrics that's plays in. So for Twitter, I think you should have known traders, known KOLs, known projects related to your field to go in and actually follow you, such as when their followers go in and check out your profile and your project, they will see, oh, okay, I can see Vitalik following this person, or I can see ZZ from former Binance following me or following this project. Okay, it must be legit. I will go in and follow. So back again, it goes back to trust. It goes back to which traders do I trust or famous people do I trust.
And how to make it, how to make any famous project or person to sign to your Twitter. How to solve this issue or to solve.
So right now, I think what majority of projects are lacking in a marketing perspective and in a community perspective is that they don't comment, engage enough in other projects. They don't go in and say, hey, your project is super amazing. I would like to learn more. Or I think they can discuss, I think, okay, for example, Hamster Combat has good traction on Ton. Why don't you guys be on ETH? Why don't you guys be on Solana? Why don't you guys be on Avalanche? So there's some kind of like a comment section where you actually can go in and engage and discuss. We are lack of that. We're lack of people actually are engaging and active enough to go in and do these things. The more often you do it, projects will actually allow to see that this person or these other projects are actually very keen to work with us because they have been liking, commenting, retweeting all our content for the next
let's say
2 to 3
this
months.
is a very long way to get a trust in Twitter, but it looks like, but is it anyway if you have, let's say, a lot of budget, a lot of marketing budget, maybe you can buy some advertising or some subscriptions on Twitter. What do you think about this way of going to the crypto space if you have a marketing budget?
I think for a marketing budget, it doesn't need to be that way. I would prefer that people hire the right people and grow organically, such as you hire a few people that work for moderation, for example, on Telegram and on Discord. And then you hire some Twitter, social media managers, Twitter managers to handle everything that's related to Twitter, to go in and chat with other users, chat with other projects, and persuade them to say, hey, you and me, we are gaming projects. How about we follow each other and see how we can cross synergies, that way. Because if you go in and it takes time to build like Rome was not built in one day, right? So it takes time to build this up. So the best way, yes, I think it will be good to hire a few social media managers and go in and spend a few hours every day to go in and comment on other people's topic and get people to be interested. Of course, when you write, you don't write normal English, but you write crypto degen slang English when you write.
Can you make several examples of this crypto degen slang?
Yeah, like for example, some people call each other, like for example, OG or LFG or whack me. There's so many different terms you can use. Whack me is we all gonna make it. NGMI not gonna make it. Things like that. So many people are using these kind of terms, but I would say now more new terms are coming up, and I probably would say this 2024 there will be more new words to learn, not just these OG terms that we're using now, for example, being bullish, hodl. I think there will be a completely different thing coming up for the next 6 to 9 months. New terms coming in, the new generation born in the early 2000 or mid 2000s. I think even Web 2 kids are using different new slangs that may be adopted into the Web 3 space. Who knows?
I get it. Where is your focus right now? I mean, talking about the marketing of the current project that you already joined, what is your focus at the moment? What do you do?
Right now, the focus is to build a healthy ecosystem within Partisia. So they're their own little ecosystem, but they are mostly focusing on getting more adoption and projects to build on their blockchain. And of course, these projects that are building on a blockchain, we will give them some sort of a grant, depending on how much they need for the grants. There's not really any limitation. Depends on what they're building, what they want to building, and if it aligns on our chain, of course. So I focus a lot on the adoption side now. I stopped focusing on marketing. I think there's a lot of people doing marketing that are doing a really good job. Not because I did a terrible job. Maybe I did. I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to start on something else. I think for me, I feel relationship building is very important, and I want to focus more on the relationship building, meeting people from different countries, learning about different culture, traveling around, and trying to help and see how our ecosystem at Partisia can work together with other ecosystems, other projects that focus on RWA, which is a very big trend right now, gaming, as well as AI and DeFi, privacy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm like focusing on right now. No more marketing from my side, but more on the adoption and ecosystem growth side.
Okay, guys, we are done for today. Leeny, thanks a lot for joining us. And the guys, I want to tell you that do what you like to do because you are the only person that could get it.